Hey, what's up, guys? You guys getting an early one today? Hey, a question that keeps coming through the comment section, I see it all the time, and it's always about business ideas. Either how to start a business or do I have any business ideas? Um, Guys, you know what to do. But as soon as somebody starts talking about business or you starting a business, I guarantee your mind shifts to the craziest, worst parts of the business. You start like you already know what to do. So whenever you start to think of a business or something, I want you to start thinking of what can I do for a long period of time, because it's going to take you 2 to 5 years to really launch a business. Now, if you're looking to start seeing money rolling in, that's simple, man. You can go cut grass. You can start doing almost anything and start making a return on that investment. It won't be a big return, but you can start doing almost anything. You can start doing hair. You can in your garage set up a hair salon. You can start whatever, making shirts. You can start whatever, and you'll start to see almost an instant return on that investment as long as your product or your services are good. But when you start thinking of businesses, you probably think of, like I said, the worst parts of the business. You probably start thinking of taxes and the IRS and how to form an LLC and all this paperwork mumbo jumbo. And you hadn't even cut the first yard yet. You hadn't even done the first head of hair. You hadn't made the first candle. And you start thinking of all this stuff that's going to hold you back. I want you to just start. What can you do for a long period of time without even thinking about it? What are you instantly good at? When I was a kid, me and a guy, when we were kids, we went around cleaning out gutters. We didn't go get no LLC or nothing to do that. We just started. But now, knowing what I know now, and we did it pretty legit too. I mean, as you know, 12-year-old kids, we were pretty legit with the ladder, climbing roofs, cleaning out gutters, keeping the yard clean. We were pretty legit. And now, knowing what I know now, taking everything from that incident of cleaning out gutters as a kid to everything I've learned in the workforce as an adult, I know I could have a gutter cleaning company because I know what that job entails. I know what it is. And now, as an adult, knowing different types of machinery and equipment, I'm like, I could do this. I don't need to go back to school. I don't need anybody to give me an idea. I could probably watch a freaking YouTube video one time and be like, got it. Let me execute on this. I need to go buy this, this, and this. I need to market this. I got a gutter cleaning business. I need to start marketing. I need to get my name out there. I need to run flyers and pamphlets and all this and that through rich neighborhoods. Boom, I'm in there. And that's the same way with, I know that sounds like, just like, oh, he's just talking. No, I'm not. I'm not just talking. I'm being so honest. It is really that simple. I could probably, I ain't saying return on the investment. I'm not saying I can get you an ROI, but I could have a business up and running in a week. And I'm serious. And you can too. You really can, but you're over freaking thinking it. As soon as somebody starts talking about starting a business, you probably start thinking of all the negative crap along with, oh man, I got to get an accountant and the IRS, and I don't know the paperwork, and I don't know how to do this. I don't know anybody to market. I don't know anybody to give me a logo. I don't know that. Like, you start thinking of everything negative to hold you back, when all you have to do is start. All you literally have to do is just start. Start time blocking, set it down, set goals, say, hey, I'm going to start. Let's just go with the landscaping company. All right, I'm going to run out. I'm going to grab my mowers. First off, what are we going to call it? What's our name? All right, we're going to call it whatever. We're going to call it Tennessee Landscaping, because I'm in Tennessee. We're going to call it Tennessee Landscaping. All right, there's a name, Tennessee Landscaping. I need to find somebody that does graphic design to give me my logo. Google graphic design artist. You're probably going to end up on Fiverr, or you can go straight to Facebook or Instagram and look for graphic design artists there. Fiverr's a good resource. Facebook, Instagram, you can find people and they show their work. You get your logo set. Okay, Tennessee Landscaping, logo set. Boom. I got to go grab the equipment. I don't even have equipment yet, and I already got a freaking logo made. I got a name and a logo, but that's a good start. We're on it. Let me go grab my equipment. I'm not going to buy a whole bunch because I don't know which way this business is going to go, but I'm going to go get me, let's say we're doing rich yards and they don't want, you know, in small neighborhoods, but wealthy neighborhoods, and they don't want zero turn mowers on their property because they probably won't. So I'm going to run and I'm going to grab me a great push mower, $300 to $500. I'm going to grab me a real nice one. It's going to have the weight on the back so I can stripe the yard. I'm going to get me a good weed eater. I'm going to get a leaf blower, a rake. I'm just getting the basic things. Is this a one-man operation? In the beginning, it's just going to be me and my son in the beginning. That's all it's going to be is us. Tennessee Landscaping. I go out, I got all the stuff I need, and I start charging. What am I charging? What do other people in the area charge? I start looking at other people's prices. Okay, they're charging this, this, and this. Okay, that's great. They're charging, you know, whatever, $10 a bush, or, you know, $15 for hedges, or whatever it is. They're charging all this. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to follow suit. Okay, I can handle a yard like this. Will cost, you know, with the hedges and the bushes and this, that, a typical yard like this is going to run me $100. You start getting your stuff mapped out. You start getting everything mapped out, just like if you were running a food truck and you're getting your menu together. You just start. I mean, I can't be any more clear than that, man. Like, you just start. What can you do for a long period of time without getting burnt out? Because it's going to take you 2 to 5 years to really grow and thrive. So if you're not willing to get after it for 2 to 5 years without seeing a real return on your investment, you're not going to make it. And you guys already know how I feel about side hustles. That side hustle word is crap. Oh, I got a side hustle. No, it sounds like you cut 1 yard on the weekend, 2 yards on the weekend, you make $60 and you drink beer the rest of the day. Crap. We're starting a business. Our whole goal of doing this is to what? Escape the 9 to 5 at least, right? Our whole goal of this is to escape the 9 to 5. So what are we going to do? What are we interested in doing? Are you an artsy person? If you are, then a freaking candle company. And you might say, oh, everybody does candle. No, they don't. And if they are, they're not good at it, because candles are not everywhere. Your competition needs to be Yankee Candle and Bed Bath & Beyond and stuff like that. You need to be up there. Your competition needs to be those people. And you get great at it. That's why I tell you guys to choose your enemies wisely. So that just something I wanted to touch on, you know, keep asking me about businesses and business starter. And I love that question. But the questions come so vague. And when you want to start a business, it needs to be something that you're authentically interested. I mean, you don't have to love it, but you have to be like, I don't love sand and gravel, but that is a business that I am interested in starting. Because I see the need for sand and gravel, because real estate market's booming. So I see the need for people to need sand and gravel. You know what I'm saying? They need it for driveways. They need it for foundational blocks. You know, they need it for all that stuff. And it's all going to go into real estate in some form, commercial or residential, doesn't matter to me. So I see the need for sand and gravel. I see the need for a lumber company. I'm not like stoked about it. It's not what I would just want to just take off with the rest of my life, but I see the need for it. So I know there's value in it. Because so when you think of something like the real estate market, let me remind you guys of something. The sexiest businesses pay the least. So when you guys ask me about my thoughts, let's just jump ship real fast. When you ask me about my thoughts about things like the stock market and day trading, it's crap. Most day traders are broke. They're literally the ones you see, the day traders I know that are successful, they don't have time to make YouTube videos. And so the ones you see on YouTube that are making these videos, their asses are getting rich by selling you the courses on. Anybody can teach somebody how to day trade. It's another thing to be a successful day trader. The ones I know that are actual successful day traders do not have time to be on YouTube, because the market opens. What's the market? Help me in the comments. When's the market open? Been a long time. What they open? 8:30? And they close at what, 4:30? So the market's open at the peak hours of the day. You're sitting there at your computer all day long trading. You're not getting up. You're not, unless you've made your money early, which even then they're probably still not getting up. You're not getting up. You're not just running off to do things and then coming back. No, when you're in active trading mode, you're trading. And that's what these guys do. They're not filming themselves. They're not YouTubing it. They're not messing around with other shit. They're trading. And these guys are successful traders. So when you ask me about things like day trading is gambling, especially if you don't know what you're doing. If you don't understand how to read the charts, if you don't understand, candlestick patterns, if you don't understand line charts, if you don't understand, shooting stars and just, open and close and what the wicks mean. And if you don't know how to read all that stuff, so when I learned how to trade, which I don't trade, I'm not a day trader. I'm more of a swing trader or a long-term investor. Again, if you don't know what those are, you don't need to be involved in the stock market. You don't need to be playing trades. If you really want to make investments, go get into an ETF, S&P 500, go get into some type of REIT, real estate investment trust. Go get into something like that. Like if you want to get involved with real estate investing, just go invest with BlackRock. Throw all your money with BlackRock, go with them, let the big dogs have it, and sit back and collect your interest. But if you don't understand the terms I'm throwing out, you don't need to be involved in the stock market. You don't need to be involved in day trading, because day trading single stocks is gambling. It's gambling. So like I said, I would be more of a swing trader. A day trader trades from open to close. A swing trader trades usually on a 3 to 5 day kind of deal, maybe a week at the most or so, maybe 10 days at the most. They trade. A swing trader buys a stock. Like say I buy Coca-Cola today on a Monday, and then I might sell it again on Friday, because I know that, due to headlines and due to this, due to that, they're changing CEOs, or they've got this product coming out, or whatever it is. And I think that the stock's going to go up within the next week or two. That's swing trading. Long-term investing is exactly what it is and what it sounds like. I buy that stock and I plan to hold it, 10, 20, 30 years. Long-term investor. I would say a long-term investor would at least be considered 3 years or more. Okay, I would say at least 3 years or more probably be a long-term investor. And that's what those are. So, for me to even learn, when I learned even how to trade, I sat down and I studied. I studied for a solid 30 days, and I kept self-educating for probably about 90. And I mean that, like for 30 days, I'd come in and I'd give an hour a day, at least, maybe 2 hours a day for probably about 30 days, just doing nothing but studying the stock market, what candlesticks were, what freaking day traders, swing traders, all these different little variations and variables that could happen, a shooting star and all these things that take off. I sat down and I studied all those things as to what they were. I learned the charts. I learned the patterns. I learned how to actually place a trade. And those are things that you need to do for yourself. You need to give yourself 30 days of just at least education. And then, before you even trade with money. And then trading, the education never stops. Personal development, self-help never stop. Learning about the stock market never stops. Things always change. None of that shit ever stops. So when you guys ask me about the stock market, if you don't know what you're doing, you need to stay away from it. Robinhood is not a good platform. Robinhood is for amateurs. You need to find an authentic brokerage. TD Ameritrade, Charles Schwab, whatever. Leave them in the comments below. If you trade, what do you guys trade with? What brokerage do you have? Robinhood is a great amateur platform to get started. I've given my son a Robinhood account. He's got like $300 in it. He can have it to do what he wants to do and trade with it. Obviously, me and him talk about it, but I mean, that's just to get him started so he has a basic understanding of what it's like. Now, but that's what it is. So Robinhood is not a good platform to trade on if you want to be a professional trader. I am not a professional trader. I don't like to gamble with my money or play games. It's not for me. I believe the market's manipulated. I believe all these markets are being manipulated, even the gold and silver market, definitely the real estate market. The housing market is 100% being manipulated. We all know that. The loan market, everything is being manipulated by higher powers at work. Higher forces out there are manipulating all this shit. Now, back to the controllables. We don't want to focus on the uncontrollables. We want to focus on the controllables. We want to focus on what's happening in our economy. So before we even start this business, before we even think about whatever you're thinking about doing, what do we need to be comfortable? What do we need? What are we doing this for? Why? Why? Always you have to have a why. When the why is big enough, the how shows up. Why? Why the hell do we want to become day traders? Why the hell do we want to start a candle company or a hair salon in the garage or a graphic design business? Or why do we want to start a landscaping company? We're not starting side hustles. Whatever we're going to do it, and we're going to do it full force, and we're going to go all in. We're not going to play games with this. We're going to say, this is my life. This is what I'm doing. And I'm dedicating the next 5 years of my life to this business. I'm going to work my 9-to-5 job to continue on feeding my economy and keeping me and my family alive. But I am going to put in the hours, and I'm going to fuel this freaking business. I was trying to find a better term. I didn't want to say side hustle. I hate side hustle. We're trying to fuel. So we're going to keep our 9-to-5. Our 9-to-5 is going to keep our world moving like it is right now. And then we're going to fuel our freaking business. And if we're not ready to apply 5 years to our freaking business, then there's really no point in starting, because it's going to take 5 years for that bad boy to take off and really thrive the way you want it. It's probably going to, if you got gumption, if you got willpower, if you got mental toughness, you can have this thing done and soaring in probably 2 to where you can quit your job. But that is 2 years of you working a full-time job and starting a full-time business. So you're talking 18, 20-hour days. It can be done. Plenty of men have done it. I mean, I got a whole shelf of them up here. It's been done by many of people before you, but are you the type of person that can do that? You have to know yourself first. Am I prepared to work 8 to 10-hour days for somebody else and then come home and work 8 to 10-hour days for myself? Am I prepared to do that? If you said no already, then okay, what are you prepared to do? If you said nothing, then might as well get off the channel, because this is who I am. I'm prepared to go 16-hour days. I'm prepared to put in 18-hour days to fuel my future self. So what is something, don't overthink this, but what is something that you don't have to be passionate about? I'm not passionate about sand and gravel. I'm only thing I've been passionate about here lately is coming on here and talking to you guys. Coming on here and spending my afternoon with you guys. Uploading, listen, full transparency. YouTube's giving me about $20 a day. That's full transparency. I'm right now, me running ads on this channel, I'm getting about $20 a day. If it blows up, I'll let you guys know. But right now I'm making $20 a day. That's cool. That's cool. I'm completely fine with that. I never started this for money. I started this, you guys know why I started it. And now I'm here helping people, and they want to pay me for it. It keeps me from having to ask you guys for money to answer your questions. So back to the business. What is something that we can see ourselves doing for the longevity? What can we do for, 5 years? What can we do for the next decade? Because it might take you 7 years before you actually get to stop working at the business and just completely running the business with employees under you. What is something that we can do? Do you want to start a roofing company? Can you go out and roof for the next 2 years? I mean, can you? If you can, man, I personally could for myself. Yes, I could do that for myself. So if that's something that you think you could do for yourself, then go for it. Start roofing, grab a buddy and say, hey man, we're going to start a roofing company. Let's do it, me and you. And start roofing yourself and go that way, and realize this is going to take us 2 to 5 years. And as jobs roll in, we're going to take insurance claims. We got the GC license, general contractor license. We're going to take insurance claims. We're going to start roofing. You can start very small, very minimum, just you and a buddy. Y'all do it together at 2 guys in a truck kind of thing, and you freaking start. You can start a lawn care business the same way. You and a buddy, you can start that by yourself or with your kids. And you run it on the weekends, full force, 10-hour days, Saturday and Sunday. You go out, you cut grass, you do the very best job you can for people. You start with the equipment. You only accept jobs that your equipment will allow you to cut. So if you're doing a push mower, you only take push mower type jobs. Stripe the yards, get the weight, stripe the yards, everything, man. Cut the bushes, clean it up, get your pay, on to the next. Ladies, you want to start a candle company? You want to start a hair salon? It's all the same process. Can you see yourself doing hair for the next 2 years? Can you work a full-time job and then do one head of hair at night in your kitchen? And then, but it has to be a methodical plan to upgrade from the kitchen to, eventually a salon or a studio or some sort. Just like you guys with the roofing company, it has to be a methodical plan to go from 2 guys in a truck roofing to turning around to saying, hey, you know what? We got 4 guys and 2 trucks roofing. We're moving up. It has to be methodical steps. The lawn care company, it has to be a methodical step to say that, hey, we're going to keep moving. It's not just going to be me and my sons doing this. That's a great plan, but we want to grow, because ultimately you want to build this business so your sons don't have to work for anybody else, or you and your buddy don't have to work for anybody else, or ladies, so you don't have to work for anybody else. That's why I tell you, don't get into that side hustle mode, because you can start a side hustle and then it's done in 3 months. Y'all made a couple dollars. It didn't take off. We're talking longevity business. We're talking, I want you to look at the biggest landscaping company in your area and say, that's my enemy. I'm going to do what they're doing plus some. I want you to look at the cleanest, nicest hair salon in your area and say, that's my enemy. I'm going to do what they're doing plus some. I want you to go look at Great Clips. I want you to go look at whoever lawn care. I want you to go look at whoever's roofing. Which ones are the most successful? What are they doing? Hell, go follow them around. Go sit outside their store and stalk them for a minute and say, this is what they're doing. I'm going to follow that. I'm going to mimic what they're doing, and then I'm going to execute a little bit more, and I'm going to take control of the situation. It's really that simple. It is as easy as I am saying it. But then you sit down and you start to tell yourself, I can't do that. I can't fill out these tax forms. I don't know how to hire people. I don't know shit about, 1099s or W-2s. I don't know any of this. I don't know how to get a general contractor's license. I know I'm going to have to pay taxes. It seems like taxes is what always hinders people. I wouldn't worry about none of that until it took off. You're just trying to get it started. So people always ask me for business ideas, and the truth is, what can you see yourself doing for a long period of time? What do you know about that's like clockwork? Do you weld? Do you paint? You know what I'm saying? Do you want to go paint houses? Can you see if you're a good painter and you've been painting houses for somebody else for the past 10 years, why don't you just branch out and start painting houses for yourself and realize that, man, in 2 years, I'm going to be doing fine. If you're a welder, do the same. If you're a truck driver, do the same. Start driving for yourself. I understand this sounds easier said than done, but it really is that easy. It's just courage. You have to have the courage to jump. You have to have the courage to take that leap, to move forward on this idea. You're holding yourself back by always overthinking what it is. You want to start a cleaning company? Cool. Let's start a cleaning company and let's go ahead. Are we doing residential, commercial, or both? You say both. I want all the contracts. Cool, man. Let's go ahead, start a cleaning company. We get all our products together. Are we having a crew, or is it just you? Okay, cool. It's just you in the beginning. Great. Let's get all our products together. We probably need 10 times whatever you think you need. So if you think I just need to go grab these cleaning products right here and that's all I need, no, go buy 10 times so we don't have to go back for anything else. So go get 10 jugs of bleach, 10 this, 10 that, everything in 10s. Go get it. Once you get it, let's go ahead and start marketing ourselves. Let's get our logo. Let's get our flyers, our pamphlets, our business cards. That's all we need. If you want to make shirts, then you make them for yourself, or you make them, if you make any form of clothing, any form of swag, hats, anything, it is completely thank you gear. It is completely promotional. Nobody wants to buy your freaking cleaning company shirt. Nobody wants to buy your freaking lawn care company shirt. Nobody wants to buy your freaking trucking company shirt. It's completely promotional. Nobody wants to buy it. So don't try to sell people your shirts, because I've seen people do that over and over, and I'm sure you have too. Don't try to sell people your promotional products. Give them away. Give them away. You get a new customer, they let you come clean the house, give them a shirt. Oh, thank you. Leave one after you've cleaned it. Leave them a shirt and a thank you gift, a candle. whatever it is, leave something. So, okay, great. We've marketed ourselves. We got all our marketing stuff. We got everything that we're going to need. We're going to go door to door and we're going to start putting these flyers in mailboxes. We're going to start knocking on doors, letting people see our face. Do not skip out on that old school approach of sales. People are so, why do you think I'm doing so well on YouTube? I've only been doing this shit for a month. I got monetized in a month. People are looking for authenticity. They're so sick of the buy my course, clickbait, click on this. People are so sick of that. They're so sick of this whole everything that we got going on in this digital world. They want authenticity. They want touch. They want feel. They want smell. That's why I don't shop online. If I buy a book, I buy my books from the stores. I need to pick this book up and flip through the pages. I do not mess with anything online. I don't buy shit. I told you I will buy off of Etsy. I love supporting small businesses. If you have an Etsy store, leave it below. I definitely will check it out. I love Etsy. Love Etsy. So we're going to take our business, whatever it is, and we're knocking on doors. Hey, my name's Robert Edson. I just started such and such cleaning company. Here's a flyer. If you guys ever need anybody to stop by and clean your home or cut your grass or whatever your business is, give me a call. If you don't, nobody answers, leave a flyer. Don't just leave the flyers. Go knock. Go knock. Let these people see your face, see who you are. Let them see you and just keep going. Keep going. You're going to get a bunch of no's. You're going to get a bunch of doors shut in your face. Does not matter. Keep going. Let them see you. Just keep going. That old school approach is great. People love that, man. My back's bad, y'all. You got to bear with me. But people love that old school knock on doors, talk to me in person approach. Nobody wants to keep on doing this. Don't get me wrong. You still need to market yourself online. It is a major marketing tool. It's a major marketing platform. You still need to run the Facebook, the Instagram. You need to have your own website if you're trying to grow that big. Yes, I get it. But you need to go knock on doors. Guys, it's really not as hard as you think it is. You just need to continue on with your weekly, day-to-day job. You need to keep up with your income that you have coming in, and you need to build this business. Not a side hustle. You need to build this business when you get off of work. What can you see yourself doing for a long period of time? Because it's going to take you 2 years before it takes off. That's really as simple as it is. And it's difficult, but it's very simple. I've done this so much. I've built 3 businesses along the way. And I know I can do it. And I know how fast I can do it. And the last little gem I'll give you is find a dream team, man. If you really want a real business, find some people that are hungry like you. And I'm going to tell you what I used to do. When I first started out, I would go to the community colleges. This is a hack. I would go to the community colleges and I would look for people, I would look for people in the fields that I needed. Okay, so if I needed somebody to build a website, I went straight to all the CIT type classes. I went straight to the computers. I asked the teacher, like, hey, I need a website built. You got a student that's pretty good? And the teachers would tell you, like, yeah, I got this kid over here. He's pretty decent. Or the teacher might volunteer to do it for you for them, and for a little bit of money. And they would, I'm not lying to you. Go to the community colleges. Go to a graphic design school and say, hey, I need this and this done. And there's going to be a kid in there who wants to do it. Throw him $100 and he's going to hook you up. There's going to be somebody in there that wants to do it. And then you just go and tell the kid, like, hey, man, I'm starting this business. You interested in getting into a startup and seeing what happens? I can't pay you anything, but I can't really pay you much right now because we're just starting out. But, if things work out well, you'll have a position within the company. Yeah, I mean, man, you can't beat it. You can't beat it. I'm not making this shit up, guys. I'm not. It really is that simple. Go to the freaking colleges, find a kid that wants to do it, and they will hook you up. And if they don't want to work for you, then just pay them and they'll still make a website for you. They'll still hook you up, man. They'll still make your logos. They'll do everything. The colleges is great. You need help with computers, go to colleges. Ask anybody in the colleges, can you help me with this? That's great. So I hope that helps. I hope that gives you an idea of what to do and how to start a business and where to go. It really is that simple. Don't overthink the process. Don't worry about shit that hasn't happened yet as far as taxes and payroll and all this stuff that you're not even ready for. Just focus on the now. Focus on the why. Why do I want to start this? Once you figure out the why, the what and the why, the freaking how shows up. And I mean that. Once you figure out, like, this is what I want to do, this is why I want to do it, this is how I'm going to do it. I promise you, it just falls into place. It just happens. The universe is just like, okay, if you're sure, boop. It just happens. It really is that simple, man. It's a hard process. It's a hard road, but it really is an easy process. It's very hard because you're fighting your mind. You're fighting the negativity, and don't tell people. I've told you guys over and over, your hopes and dreams are like a big ball of fire inside your chest. As soon as you tell somebody, that flame gets a little bit smaller, that light gets a little bit dimmer. Don't tell people. A small mind will kill a big dream. Anyways, I hope that helped. You guys got any questions, man? Shoot me a message. Hit that like button. Leave some comments below. If you're struggling with a business startup or you got business ideas, leave them in the comments for people. Guys, read the comments. These comments are full of free information. Sometimes I miss a topic or I might miss a point and somebody will comment it below. Free information in the comment section. Anyways, let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys need. I'm always here for you. You guys have a great day. I got some work I got to get done, but I'll see you guys again soon. Take care.